Well, I mean, for me, it's, the kids that are here and what we can do with them to make them better. And so that's what we focused on yesterday, and control what you can control. The hard part becomes, when Friday comes and when the kids that are up in camp get back, and then you have an 11 o'clock start. So hopefully they recover on their ride home and get up in the morning. And as a player, that's not a bad thing. Instead of having to practice or do something and make the day longer, where I remember when we used to get hockey night in Canada's and you get these 8 o'clock starts and, just a long day where they just get up in the morning, have a little bite to eat, and boom, you're playing a game. Obviously, the opponent we're playing is going to be quality, but I'm more focused on, what we can do with the group that we have now, because eventually, and we get into February, that's what we're going to have. So how can we make them better? What things that we can do to move them along in a positive direction and get the most out of each day. And, we'll do that today, and then we'll take tomorrow off and get back at it Thursday and Friday. And then the other players will join us Saturday morning as we get ready to go on the ice to play our game. So, I mean, I can't give you an answer other than, I need to stay in a frame of mind that's positive, that hey, here's what we have here, and let's put things together and work with this group and try to make them better, knowing that late in the season, that's who we're going to be relying on.
Mark, I know you focus on your team, but with Duluth, what do you see as kind of the challenge where that team's going to really, maybe help you find out some things about this the group that you're going to have out there?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, obviously, you look at the last couple seasons, they've done extremely well. They've gotten into the tournament and had success. And, the last couple years, with their goaltender and what she's been able to do and what she brings to their team, they're in every game. And they have an opportunity to win every game. And so it's early in the season. Can we create enough chances and maybe get enough pucks by her to give us an opportunity to be successful? But, they're well coached. They have, some new personnel. But, they have some players that, like a lot of teams, if you have a certain amount of players that can make a difference, then you're going to be in every game and you have a chance to win every game. And it starts with a net for them.
It's maybe an honor when something you say becomes kind of part of a team's culture and they choose to put it in their rings. One of those was Monday Always Comes from last season. Can you maybe expand on that? What that meant to you first, and then what it meant to the team, just that saying of how you use that?
I think for me it was nice to see, because we let our seniors, when they get a chance to win something like that, help design, if not design, the ring, and they felt that was important because it had meaning to them. And as you design those rings, 10 years from now or 15 years from now, you pick that ring up, and that ring should tell you a story by what's on it. And so it's something that I've embraced over the last bunch of years, just because, the business we're in is, we're judged so much on a win-loss record and the score of the game. And, the score of the game doesn't indicate if you've been successful or not, in my eyes. And so, if we've done well Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday, depending on where we're playing, that's good. If we haven't done well, that's part of life, and Monday still comes. So it's a life lesson that, depending on what's going on in your world, what happened the previous weekend or the previous week, the calendar turns, the clock continues to tick, and Monday comes. And so when I wake up Monday morning, what am I going to do? And so, we were fortunate. We only lost one game last year. We didn't have to deal with all the different losses that some teams have to go through. But it's a lesson that, I can control my attitude. I can control my, trying to be as positive as I can be in all the different settings, irrelevant of what's going on in my personal world or my professional world. And so understanding that if I can get myself in that space, and I do come back Monday, and what's my purpose, what's my meaning, and I continue going down that path of trying to become better, whether as an individual or in our setting, a team. And if you're able to do that, at the end, chances are you're going to be successful. Doesn't mean you're going to win your last game, but you've learned lessons from a game that teaches you lessons.
Hi, Coach. You alluded to the Bulldogs' defense. I mean, obviously that starts with Yves Gascon. Just what's the challenges of facing up from your goalkeeper in a series?
Well, I think anytime you face a good goaltender, it's, can you get quality shots? They're a team historically that defends very well, take a lot of things away, block shots. And so the challenge becomes, can I get quality shots? And then can I create some rebounds? Can I get the goaltender's eyes? A lot of little things that maybe takes a goaltender, and she's special, out of her game a little bit. Can you get to her early? The big thing is that, if you get a bunch of different opportunities and they don't go in, you can't get frustrated. It's just you got to keep pushing and pushing, and hopefully, like I say, you get enough by, and we defend it well enough and don't let as many in, and you end up with one more, whether it's 2-1 or whether it's 4-3 or whether it's 7-6. There's things that you have to do if she's not seeing the shots like she's capable and they're defending and doing, then you have to do some things so you can get net front presence. Can you get her eyes? Can you defend or deflect pucks? Can you create rebounds and get second and third opportunities? And if you're able to do that, that's all you can ask.
Any more questions?
Sure, you've seen the news about the World Championship moving to November. That's going to throw another curveball into things for you guys in the middle of the season, isn't it? How do you...
Doesn't make a lot of sense, but...
I was wondering your thoughts on that, and just for the college game specifically, because knowing that that's the biggest feeder for the pro game, but the pro game is now kind of dictating a big mountain in the middle of the college season.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, you look at the other tournaments that they put on, and they're structured and put on during times when it's most beneficial. Obviously, the voice of USA Hockey, and I'm sure the voice of Canada, probably wasn't heard as loud as it should have been in regards to what their vision is and what it may be. But it doesn't make a lot of sense because as we've seen over the last 3, 4, 5 years, there's a lot more international players that are participating in college hockey, and that's your ultimate feeder system into the PWHL. And so it's trying to get everybody all together to make decisions that's in the best interest of the game and our student athletes, and that one doesn't make any sense at all. And so
Kind of along the same vein of news, they're also reintroducing that European Championship in 2027 at the IHF
What's
level.
that?
The European Women's Championship is coming back as well, the IHF level in 2027. Obviously, you're bringing in a player this year and maybe some others in the future in that part of the world. Just wondering your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the voice that probably is not in the room at the WIHF meetings. I don't know who's speaking on behalf of college hockey, but obviously it's not being heard. And so, one of the nice things about, getting these players from, Finland and Sweden and the Czech and Germany and the different areas that these kids are coming from, they can come into the college game and really elevate their play and get an experience, not only in education, but, become better hockey players. And so to put some wrenches in there for what reason, I'm not sure. And so if we have a world championship in November next year in Denmark, what's that benefit? And, are we actually making money in that tournament? And what's the purpose of it? Those are, things that our body as coaches in the college game, will discuss on a couple of different conference calls over the next short period of time. But again, we don't have a lot of control in that space. And so if they vote to do that, you're up against the wall. It would be interesting if Hockey Canada and U.S. Hockey said, well, you can have that tournament, but we're not going to go. But I'm sure there's rules and regulation and fines and things like that. But again, let's have the best interest of our student athletes and to force them to, get on a plane and travel multiple time zones to play some games and then come back and do the same thing when they get back to their respective colleges. Yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
So you wanted to be a coach. There we go.